It's like one of my things I want to do.
Not you wanted to be an assassin when you were a
Yeah,
little kid.
if I wasn't gonna be an actor or a performer, I definitely could have been an assassin because I love being by myself. I don't mind solitude. I can sit somewhere for a couple days and chill and wait, and then the creativity that you have to put into killing people sometimes.
Now, I don't want to kill anybody, but you do have to be creative.
What up, though? Peace and love. It's your boy, Karan Joseph Riley, and we are back with another episode of Nice Watch.
I'm Ernestine Morrison, your phenomenal co-host.
Yes, you are.
And we've got our lovely voice in the corner over here today.
Yeah, we got the voice in the corner.
Let us know if you're loving the voice in the corner if you want to see his face. If you want to see the voice in the corner, you want to see his face, let us know in the comments.
Or if these two beautiful faces is enough. I can understand that too. So
for sure.
We can just keep pelling the way we doing.
So, man, tell me about the world of entertainment this week.
It's been a very interesting world of entertainment this week. We won't go into all of it.
Great week because we off strike.
That we are off strike.
We are off strike.
I was never on strike, but you know.
Karan is the only actor who wasn't on strike, but for the rest of the actors,
I don't receive any of that information.
We were on strike, and kudos to SAG for fighting for us, and we are off strike, and we are back to work. You saw everybody who was an actor on your timeline. You saw them reposting stuff that they couldn't post for the last 2 months, so that was pretty interesting. Everybody's posting their projects.
I've been posting. I've never stopped.
Well, I supported my fellow Sagians, and I didn't post my projects.
Ain't no fellow Sagians supporting me. Every house note came out in these last 3 months came out of Karan and Terry's house.
But the whole thing was they were fighting so that you all get more money, correct?
Yes, more money and a whole lot of other things. Like it was just this big AI talk and more residuals and all type of. There's a whole list of things. So.
Yeah, it was a lot of things that they were dealing with. You know, I think the biggest one that people were really focusing on was the AI situation. I think people were nervous about the AI, but AI to me is you got to figure out how to work with it. It's about to be the new way of life. Like if you don't know how to work with AI, you ain't gonna be able to work no more. It's period.
Yeah, but I do think you should get paid for anything that's using your name or likeness. So
absolutely.
So explain the whole AI thing. I don't understand.
So like if I were to do a movie starring you, but you weren't in it, it was this AI formation of David Shands. I'm using your voice, sounds just like you, it looks like you, or maybe I just used you for part of a scene, or I took some of your social proof IP for part of a scene, and people thought it was you because it sounds like you, but it's really an AI voice, and you just don't get paid for it at all.
Or even one that's even more probably even closer to home and say EJ and I did a hit movie. And then they wanted to do a part 2, but they didn't want to give us the money we deserved for part 2. They were just going to use our likeness from the original and just make a new movie. Mm-hmm. That could happen too now.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know, I say this. I made a post about this not too long ago about all these, you know, especially actors and actresses. All the filters you use, that's AI. Yeah. Like we complain about it, but we use not we. I don't use filters. I abhor them. I abhor filters.
Why?
Because it's not real. That's not you. Like if I hire you as an actress and I'm looking at your page and you got a bunch of filters, you get to set and I'm like, who the hell are you? You're not the.
But you do use makeup though.
Makeup, that's natural. That's part of the craft.
But it's still a filter.
I mean,
it's still a filter.
Unless you are a 50-year-old Caucasian woman in Hollywood and you need to make your skin look a little smoother because the sun has not done you any justice. What are we doing? That's what the filters are there for.
Makeup's a filter.
Makeup is. Listen, let us know in the comments. Makeup a filter? Is makeup a filter or
not?
Yeah,
makeup is a buffer, not so much a filter. And if you
an enhancer.
And you can ask any makeup artist I've ever worked with on set. I tell them, don't. You just need to just make sure I'm even with my skin tone because don't touch none of the stuff God gave me and my mama gave me.
Believe it or not, you ever done a photo shoot?
Yeah.
They gave you that filter, my boy.
Well, they did off the touch.
But
I'm the guy who
they touched it up.
They will send me photos. Like one of our closest friends, our photographer, we did a whole photo shoot. We can call her on live and say, "Hey Donna, did Karan ever send you any pictures to touch up?"
Has he ever? No, I'm just saying, as a photographer,
that's your prerogative. If you want perfection, right. That's photography, and they want perfection. But see, the problem with filters and perfection is you chasing perfection, you always gonna find yourself depressed and not happy with who you are. Perfection is non-existing. And this world has us all chasing that, and it's causing us to be in this depressive state that we walk around in. Our light, our vibrations are low. It's just a chronic other people way of living, dog. Like we come from the sun, dog. We the children of the sun, dog. We don't need no filters. Just show up. Just have the sun out. We good.
Well, I put on a little filter every now and then.
A little every now and then.
Smooth me out a little bit.
EJ,
me out.
You're filter queen. Half the time you look at EJ's thing, she's got twinkles like sparkles, and I'm like, is she a fairy? Or something?
It is no sparkles.
Am I watching a Disney movie?
I do not use
Is this
sparkles.
the Little Mermaid?
I do smooth my skin out.
Is this
a little bit,
CGI?
No one's got a little filter action.
No, a lot of women do that.
EJ, you beautiful. You don't need to do nothing to your face on camera, but show up and be you. I'm just telling you. You ain't even got to put that much makeup on. Like my wife,
no, I don't.
Gotta put
I don't
that
wear
much
a lot of makeup
on. You don't have to.
I don't wear a lot of makeup.
You ain't never gonna have to, and because it dries your skin out, it does more damage to your skin than it does to help it. Do you know what stuff? All the cancer in our community, all of the bad stuff is happening in our communities because of all these cosmetics we put in our hair and our face. It's a pandemic. You want to talk about a pandemic? This is the pandemic, and now we complain about AI. And we just playing right into it.
I feel like Quran should have been like a Muslim in the 60s.
For sure.
I would have been a Muslim because I don't believe in making my women subordinate. But
you'd have been like, remember they used to like preach on the light poles and stuff like that?
I definitely would have been.
That would have been Quran.
Yeah, nah.
Quran be at the end of the freeway selling bean pies, my brother.
100%.
I ain't selling no bean pies.
Queen.
Beautiful
You don't need
queen.
all that makeup.
You
sister.
don't. I'm trying to tell my sisters, man, like stop it. You kill it because every chemical you put in your body. Artists like me, myself, I don't even shave when I'm not working on set. Like I grow a beard on purpose to keep my skin fresh. So if I do got to cut this off, I still look like I'm in my 30s and not my 50s because I keep shaving and doing stuff to myself. I keep myself in the most natural state as I possibly can. So when it's time, I'm good.
No lineups.
I don't line my hair up, dog. That's why my hairline look like this.
Juices and berries.
No line.
Yeah, juices and berries. For sure.
I don't do no line on my front. Ask my barber, like, you the only person I know that know how to get a proper haircut. You get a haircut in blue lines, that line gonna end up back here, and you're gonna be saluting back here.
Not you saluting back here.
Yeah, everybody gets sharp lines. They hairline
So
get
look,
pushed
so the
back.
strike was over. That's some good news that we all got as actors and people in the industry. Shout out to the hundreds of thousands of people who can go back to work and all the people who are attached to them. So shout out to that. So that was some good news.
All right, y'all promised the other day that y'all was gonna come up with some bad watches.
Well, Quran had us watch
Well, the movie we watched this week was The Killer.
The Killer on Netflix.
New movie starring Michael Fassbender, directed by David Finch. They've worked together on a couple other projects. So I'm the kind of guy when I see two actors or a director who's worked with an actor again like Scorsese and DiCaprio, and you always gonna get magic, right? And me, I'm the guy. Let's first of all, the Killer's about an assassin.
The Killer is about an assassin.
Yeah, it's a suspenseful, dark thriller. If you don't have
when you say dark, what do you mean dark?
it's dark. I mean, the whole movie is
The
about
mood
killing.
is dark. It's dark. What is
It's
the
shot
word?
dark. It's
The mood is dark.
Yeah,
the
it's
mood
just
is dark because of what the intent of the movie is. You know what I'm saying? He was a hired assassin. It was his profession, and he took it very seriously, like as you have to. And he was. The thing I appreciated about his character was his attention to his craft and the meticulous detail that he put into his craft. I personally was a guy who wanted to be an assassin when I was a little kid. It's like one of my things I wanted to be.
Not you wanted to be an assassin when you were a
Yeah,
little kid.
if I wasn't gonna be an actor or a performer, I definitely could have been an assassin because I love being by myself. I don't mind solitude. I can sit somewhere for a couple days and chill and wait, and then the creativity that you have to put into killing people sometimes.
Now, I don't want to kill anybody, but you do have to be
No,
creative. You do
again,
have to be creative to kill somebody.
The detachment that you have to actually kill people and not affect your life is something else too. Like you got to be detached. It can't. And what's funny is he talked about in the movie. A lot of these people he killed were people who were probably really bad people. Most of the people were really bad people in life. They were probably sex traffickers or something crazy that they was getting moved, or dictators or somebody that needed to be removed from. How do you think all these regimes get toppled throughout history?
Listen,
I mean, look at Martin Luther King. That was an assassin.
we watched The Killer on Netflix, and I completely was bored. Save your 2 hours. Save your 2 hours.
Yeah, save your 2 hours if you don't have the attention span of a gnat. That's one thing. if you can't,
I don't know, bro, because it was 2 people in this room, 3 people in this room saw it. 2 people said, I just could not.
I could not get.
and I don't want to get into.
And you might be biased because you like assassin movies.
I was gonna say that you have to first of all, like, to me, this was the best assassin movie since Leon the Professional. If you've seen Leon the Professional, then you understand what I'm talking
What
about.
about the shooter, Mark Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg was a
favorite.
different. It was a different movie. That wasn't the same. I would put Shooter up there with Fugitive. I would put the Shooter up there with a little bit more fast paced, action driven.
Yeah, it was more.
You seen it, right?
Yes,
I would put the Shooter up there with Bourne, the Bourne series.
And I watched the Shooter, and the pacing was different.
It was a Bourne, like I said, Bourne Ultimatum,
Yes.
Shooter.
I
those
can do that type
category.
of assassin movie.
So you wouldn't like The Professional with
I
Natalie Portman, a young Natalie Portman. She was like 12. Ben Affleck. It was in that zone. You know what I'm saying?
But if you watch this one, The Killer, you'd be bored.
No, you wouldn't. If
I
you
was
like those
bored.
other movies, you won't be bored
So let me tell
because
you
your
something.
mind
So-
works that way.
So I understand. Well, I can't say I understand from a personal perspective because I'm not a killer, obviously. But
Yeah, me neither. I ain't
I
killing nobody.
understood the way it was written and the way it was shot, the loneliness,
That's what they want you to feel.
of being an assassin and the solitude that you're in. So they conveyed that very well. But
Love
as a watcher looking for a nice watch, it wasn't enough action. I woke up on the action part, like when she got thrown down the stairs. I was like, ooh, dang, he threw her hard.
But he didn't throw her, actually. He just snapped her neck and she fell.
Oh,
He
yeah.
made it look like an accident for the insurance for the kids.
Yeah.
Because he cared. He was an assassin who had a heart.
See, I felt like he was emotionless.
See, these are the nuances that you gotta
he didn't have
appreciate.
a heart. He didn't care. He was emotionless.
But that's why you heard it, that what he kept saying to himself. Empathy is a weakness.
Yes.
Empathy is a weakness. But then he had to do something because it's true. And assassins, you like the little guy in the cab. He was like, man, he didn't have to kill him, but he did. Because if he didn't, that guy in that cab would say, I'm not going to tell nobody. He was going to go tell everybody they could about this guy who his whole life is to not exist. So like, and he talked about the world now is different. You can't go anywhere without cameras. You can't do anything without being seen. So like, I was just studying how he did his craft. Like he had all these storage units. He landed in New Orleans. He had a dope storage unit. He had everything, license plates, money. It was, to me, if I was not an actor and married with kids and was just wanting to live a life of adventure and just an assassin is the way to go. I'm just trying to tell you, the only occupation I would do other than being an actor.
I'm not trying to take anybody's life.
And you
but
probably have taken people's life without even pulling the trigger, but based on a comment or something you did and something, because people are weak these days. People don't take their life regardless. So you might as well just get you some money off of it.
Yo,
Oh, my
I want to
God.
know from Karan, your perspective, somebody who loves movies.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to take not the affirmative, whatever. I want you to take the advocate side of the of killer.
Mm-hmm.
The killer. Why wouldn't this person like it?
So you want me to take the con?
The con, yes.
Okay. So why wouldn't a person like the killer? Well, a person wouldn't like the killer again because it is slow paced. It's very dark. It has voiceover throughout the movie at different times.
Mm-hmm.
I think some case said she couldn't get into
The narration, I could not get into the narration.
It's not a lot of characters. It's basically around one man doing what he does, and everybody else was basically supporting. If you're not a fan of Michael Fassbender, you wouldn't like it. If you're not a fan of David Finch, the director, you're not gonna like it because of they do long form storytelling. It's not from the world we live in now, where you 3 minutes to tell a story in a skit, or Legally Blonde and those type of worlds where it's really nothing we just really watch. It's like Napoleon Dynamite. That movie had no plot.
None.
And that's what
But it
people
was so lit.
That's what people love. And I love Napoleon Dynamite. It was hilarious to me.
Right.
But it took me like maybe 5-6 times to watch it to really appreciate the absurdity of nothing going on but a lot going on at the same time. So, and again, and then as an actor, I'm watching it for craft. Like I'm watching, like, dude, this had to be a role where you had to play, because he had to play a lot by himself. He didn't have a lot of people to play off of. The non-verbal nuances was there. It just was a lot. And then his intention of what he was doing, like, you end up liking the guy for what he was going and why he was trying to fix things. He was.
Did you? I
You
didn't.
do. I mean, dog, he was avenging his old lady. If they hadn't touched her, they would have been fine. He just would have disappeared, took the money, and been gone forever.
But still, you have to have a cynical mind to be a killer, and then to be a killer for hire. It's the cynicism in it, the darkness of it. I think the actor did a brilliant job playing this guy who lives in his own solitude. Who so kudos to the acting, because the acting was very good. Again, it just was so. It's hard to stay engaged to a film when there's only one central actor, and there wasn't a lot going on for me. It wasn't enough going on. And it was long, like you said, it was long. It was just long, and then some scenes were I was bored, and I couldn't keep up through that narration. It just
because the biggest problem.
It wasn't my watch.
Because you can't stop doing this. See, we put these in the safe when we watch the movie.
I can stop doing that. I do it all the time. I watch TV every day. I binge watch. I can sit and watch 8 episodes of a good series. Can you go an hour
without picking your phone up?
Yeah, I binge watch every day. No phones, no nothing. I love to binge watch. It didn't hold me. It wasn't a nice watch for me. I would love to see a camera on EJ at all times to see if this is true. I'm calling cap. No.
It can't be that good where you can't understand someone not liking it.
Right. Like, I don't like it. Good, like, bro. It's not my watch.
I said, this is not a low IQ movie. It's not. And
hold on, wait a minute. Not you throwing shots, because you already know I'm one of the smartest people you know.
I'm not saying intelligence as far as books and knowing the world and all that.
You said IQ.
Film,
that's what IQ
film
means.
IQ as far as understanding all the nuances. Like, they had some dope shots in this movie.
I understand the nuances of film. I'm a filmmaker just like you. I didn't like the movie.
All movies, every movie is everything's subjective. Like, someone might say
it's art.
Correct. It's art. So you can't blame it on.
And you can't say someone has a low film IQ because they didn't like the film that you like. I don't like the film, but there's plenty of films that I love that you don't like.
Like we got to talk about the new one with Scorsese. It's a 3-hour long movie.
I can sit through a 3-hour long movie.
But you know it's gonna be.
Titanic was 3 hours. I love Titanic. Beautiful film. A nice watch.
Right. Nice watch.
It was super long. I sat through Roots. Listen, baby, I sat through the Jackson 5 American Dream, but that 5-hour-long movie.
Because you idolized Michael Jackson.
Love Michael.
You had a reason.
But it was No, it wasn't just it was Angela Bassett, for one, her performance. Like, its performance, it was all type of elements that made it a great watch sit for 5 hours.
I guess another part of it is, too, it was a masculine movie. I give you that. It was a very masculine movie. Again, the lead was a male. There was physicality there. I guarantee you, if the lead,
we're not gonna sit and blame it on masculinity either, because women can watch masculine films and enjoy the films.
I'm just saying, you're gonna identify with what you see on camera. If that was a female lead that was an assassin, you probably would have been a little bit more intrigued.
No, that's not true. I watched Dahmer and was enthralled with Dahmer. Like, literally my eyes could not leave the screen when I watched Dahmer.
See, I had no interest in watching that. Dahmer.
Loved it.
I had zero interest.
Did you watch it though?
No, I had no interest.
Okay, but you still you have a little movie IQ then.
Again, like, you don't have no need to be you had never had a dream of being an assassin. I've never had a dream of being a serial killer.
Let me tell you a movie that I probably.
That's why I didn't relate to it. I'm like, I don't need to see no white boy eating a bunch of people.
Let me tell you a movie that I probably shouldn't have liked based on my attention span.
What?
But it's one of the most memorable movies I've ever seen in my life. And I was over here searching, trying to find it. It was a Huey P. Newton story.
Oh, so wait, the newer one they did or the older one?
No, this was from 2001. And what's the guy's name?
What's his name?
The light-skinned guy.
I know you're talking about. It's my man. He's older now.
Looking it up.
Where's it? What's my man's name? The whole movie, he's sitting there talking. Roger,
yes.
Roger
he's a
Smith.
Brilliant
he's
actor,
there in a chair.
Oh, yeah, he sits in the chair. He comes in, sits in the chair.
The whole time to it.
And kept you.
I shouldn't have liked it. Because my attention span is, I don't have the greatest attention span. But it was so captivating.
Yeah, but it seemed like that was like you sitting there having a podcast with him in that movie. And this is what you do. You talk to people and you listen to people.
Yeah, but he's also such an amazing storyteller. He's a phenomenal actor that he can hold you just sitting in a room. And again, everybody can't do that.
The subject matter also has to matter. You gotta, if you don't, like me, I'll tell you, I'm strange. I always wanted to be an assassin. I will tell you that. If somebody start coming up missing this big money ticket and my acting career done went left, I'm probably the guy. Okay? Just so you know.
I've never wanted to be a serial killer, but again, I sat through Dahmer, which is a male-led film, mostly men in the film.
It's a subject. It's a subject.
I've never wanted to be a serial killer.
I have no need to watch a white man eat people up. There's nothing in me.
But you have a need to watch one kill people. It's the same vein.
If I was wanting to be an assassin one day, I learned some stuff in this movie. I learned a lot in The Killer. I've already picked up 2 storage units in 2 different cities just in case.
Well, way to incriminate
Yeah,
yourself
you know-
on camera,
you know what?
Karan.
Hey,
You know I love
again,
Karan
if
so
you
much.
if you do it right, they can't even incriminate me off that because I'm gonna leave no trail like he did. Kill him.
Yeah, I love Karan. His opinion to your opinion to you is fact.
It's God.
And it's all that's all that matters.
And I-
As your
and I can
opinion should be to
appreciate
you,
that.
and as your opinion should be to you, I am God to me. Yes,
I feel that.
yes.
So, okay, Ernestine,
Yeah.
why can you understand someone liking this movie?
Well, I can understand someone liking this movie. Again, it just wasn't my cup of tea, but I understand from if you are into great shots. It had amazing shots. Like this, one of the shots in the opening scene, like it was something with his eye. The camera was right in his eye and it showed the color.
Through the telescopic lens,
Through what was it called? A telescope? Yeah. He's looking through the telescope across into his target. And the way the camera angled in through the telescope into his eye was dope. So if you're like, the directing was great, the shots were great.
Sets were dope.
It was very. Dang, that's my question.
He's so excited about it.
This is my question. Hold on. Pipe it down,
sir.
So yeah, I could see someone saying, okay, the shots were super dope. The directing obviously was very interesting. The acting was good. He played his part. I felt like, okay, this guy's probably emotionless killer in real life. So I get that. But again, I needed more action for it to hold me. And I found myself getting up at the action parts like, oh, okay, something's happening. But then it would die back down. The narration drowned me out. His voice was extremely monotone. And that I was drowned in his voice. I couldn't even focus. So, but again, the shots were great. The acting was solid. And I could imagine whoever did the mood board, I could imagine they nailed their mood. It was a very dark mood. It was very moody and dark. Everything was dark. So, yeah.
And I will admit, the first part of when I first put the movie on, I admit, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to lock in.
Yeah.
Like I knew it. Like when it started off, I said,
have to.
because
where you need to get your mindset
no,
together.
but that excited me because it's very rare now because I've watched so much that it's very rare for me not to be able to be doing a couple things and still be on track with what's happening because everything is such a trope now, and when this opened up in the first 15 minutes of the movie, I didn't see him interact with nobody, but that set the whole movie up. If you get past that first 10, 15 minutes of him, kind of monologuing and kind of giving you his inner monologue, basically, and watching him do like sit-ups on the table by himself and sit there and wait for his prey, the movie picks up. It goes from, and I love how they did the chapters and how he was methodically working through it. And then when he got to the house, and the movie actually kind of started when he messed up. Like his whole inner monologue was like, "I've never messed up. I've been doing this for so long. Perfection is something that people should never look to do, but it's in our business, it's a necessity. If you're not perfect in this business, you're not in this business."
Well, I feel like
then he missed.
If you're aspiring to be an assassin one day, then you definitely learn some nuances. Like whatever he was using to clean his gun off and clean his hands and stuff afterwards.
Alcohol.
Was it just alcohol?
It's alcohol.
Yeah, so he was like cleaning up everything. He sprayed everything down. He threw things away in different locations. So he may throw this bag away here, and then he may throw this bag away over in the lake. And so if you like trying to figure out the 10 steps to being an assassin, then yeah, watch The Killer on Netflix. But if you want some action in your life, that's not going to give it to you.
No, it had action. It had some great action scenes. You saw that fight scene at the house with the.
The fight scene. The fight scene was a good fight scene. I will say that that was the nicest watch of the whole movie was the fight scene.
Great fight scene.
The fight scene, and then he's fighting this big sumo wrestler looking dude.
He was outweighed by like 60 pounds,
man,
maybe 70.
and they were throwing bows.
Yeah,
so I will say that part made me sit up, and I'm like, okay, this is the nicest part of this watch.
And he talked about how he distracted the dog. He didn't kill the dog though. See, I told you he had a heart. He could have just shot the dog.
He could have. I was wondering, like, why is he running from the dog? He just has a gun. He can shoot the dog.
Again, he had a code. If you're not on the docket, you're good. It doesn't matter if you're on this docket. I got to do what I got to do, and you're good.
Yeah. Wasn't my watch.
Hey, man.
But I did like how he didn't kill the dog. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just
he let the dog live. So
he let a couple. He let the main guy go. Remember,
we'll give him some brownie points for that for letting the dog live.
I'm just trying to tell you, it was if you like assassins movies, if you like drawn out, just great story. Just watching everything, got to pay attention. If you like to pay attention to movies, watch The Killer. If you a person
drawn
that
out is the word. If you want to sit and watch something long and drawn out,
it wasn't even that long though. It wasn't even 2 hours.
It was 2. It was almost 2.
Almost.
Yeah,
But it wasn't 2.
So,
158.
I don't
Save
know.
you-
What
save
was the
you
run?
158.
Dave, what was the run time on that? Pull it up. real
let me
quick.
see.
Yeah, pull it up. I don't think it was as long as you think it was.
It was long. It was.
I think it was like 158 though.
It was. I watched
I
it.
think I remember.
The Killer movie was.
It was up there.
I don't see it just yet.
It.
It's 2023, right?
Yep.
I'll add this to our.
It says-
118 minutes.
So right, 158. You said it.
Yeah.
You said it.
It was almost 2.
Yeah. Again, but I always like
My film IQ was pretty.
But
I can measure it out.
certain movies you're not gonna be able to get out of a good movie without it being less than 2 hours. I mean, when you get into 90-minute and 88-minute movies, you're dealing with rom-coms, comedies, stuff that's just quicker to the attention. I mean, that's just what it is.
Yeah, dramas.
When you get into dramas and thrillers and
more
stuff
intricate.
like this,
It's for sure almost 2.
Yeah, you got
but
to.
again, I can sit through 3, 4, 5 hour movies. They have to have certain elements that hold me, and this one just didn't. Again, you have to get past the first 15 minutes for sure, and then even after getting past the first 15, it's almost like watching a film that takes place in one location. You got to add so many elements.
It's actually happened on 4 continents.
to hold the audience attention.
They actually went to 4 continents.
I'm not talking about this film. I'm talking about when you watch a film that takes place in one location.
Right.
They have to do so much to keep your attention. For some reason, this gave me that same feeling, and maybe because it was one central character, I'm like, they got to do more to hold my attention. It just wasn't.
And then
holding
again,
me.
and I'm also a fan of Michael Fassbenders' work. You know, he played, in my opinion, one of the best Magnetos in the X-Men Marvel Universe series. He did a good job. He gave that some real chops as far as acting. Because what was happening in some of the comic book movies early on, it was just sometimes it was the quality of performance just wasn't there. They relied too much on the CGI and all that. But Michael took it and made it a human. Felt like he was watching a real struggle of a person who had powers and was trying to work his way through that. So he did a great job with Magneto. That was my first time really paying attention to him as an actor. And of course, I started watching him on other work. I think he did another really dope project with Benedict Cumberland. He did one that was amazing. So again, I had different reasons for watching it from the jump. Like anything Michael Fassbender and David Finch do, I'm plugging in just because I love their work. I love the quality of work they do. And this film will age
Definitely
well.
was great quality.
This film will age well.
Yeah, time will tell.
But if you got to get past the
Right, if you got to
15
get past all these
minutes,
obstacles.
Basquiat didn't get famous till he died. I mean, most artists don't get famous till they
but
die.
in terms of movies, like it's not. I can't think of one of my favorites where it took 15 minutes that I had to endure through.
What's the movie? What's the name I'm looking for? It's an art house movie. It's like an art house movie. It's like a bigger budget art house movie.
I wouldn't necessarily classify it an art house movie at all.
I would because of like you said, all of the things you named.
No, I wouldn't give it art house at all.
What's
I would
art
give
house?
it big budget art house.
What's art house?
The dude in what's that movie that Jonathan Majors got known for? The Man in San Francisco.
Yeah, the Last
Something
Man
like
in
that.
San Francisco.
Last Man in San Francisco. Barry.
Barry Jenkins, Moonlight.
Barry Jenkins' Moonlight.
That was art house.
Very story driven.
Oh, gotcha.
In a
I'm
way,
gonna look up the actual meaning.
it's not a lot of pyrotechnics in the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna rely on cinematography. Yeah. It's gonna rely on acting. It's gonna rely on story.
So
It's not gonna rely on tropes and special effects.
And what's tropes? I'm sorry.
Tropes are like the guy gets the girl, or guess who's coming to dinner, and
Specific.
just stuff that you see constantly always working. You know.
let me give you the actual definition of art house film. It's a film that is intended to be a serious artistic work rather than a piece of popular entertainment. It is an art film, art cinema, or art house film is typically an independent film aimed at a niche market rather than a mass market audience.
So that's what this is.
No, it's an assassin film. Is not.
That's a niche.
It sounds like.
But not a that's a mass. Assassin film is like a mass market.
It's not.
Even how he describes it to
It
me,
is.
it sounds like there's a specific type of person that
Right.
likes this type of movie.
Right. Absolutely.
So the fact that he's a fan
But
of
assassin
this,
films are very popular.
no.
I mean, assassin film, but he's talking about.
And do you remember? Do you remember the one I compared it to? The Professional was very art house. As far as
it could be, I don't think.
But you haven't seen The Professional,
but it
though.
could be.
It came out in '94.
That came out in '94. Check out.
Let's just see. Is The Killer
Check
an
out
art
The
house
Professional
film?
with the wifey. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
Guarantee it.
You know, it's kind of
And
hard.
then watch The Killer. Watch Professional first, then watch The Killer. Then you be like, Ron was right.
It's hard watching movies from the '90s on my TV now. You know what I mean? Because I'm so used to everything crispy.
You be like, ooh, this looks so blurry.
But you know what's funny is, you know, the great movies that were done back then, they still stand up though.
True.
Like you
True
still
indeed.
stand up. And that movie, The Professional, is gonna stand up. They shot that on film.
Any honorable mentions this week?
I know I so much stuff. This
Oh
week.
yes, because I was so bored from the.
Stop poking it. Stop poking
Sorry.
Quran, please.
It's all good. I'm not. It's not.
I'm not poking Quran. I genuinely was. You're right. He didn't make the movie.
I didn't make the movie. I didn't.
But you know what?
He
Maybe
did
you're
come
right.
with IQ though, so y'all even.
Yeah, he did come in with IQ. Like, babe, I've been doing this since I was 10. So I get it. But
She ain't seen New Jack City, so
yeah, because I was watching films like
against you.
Imitation
She got
of
a lot
Life.
of strikes.
Yeah, because I was watching
She got a lot of
films like
strikes.
Imitation of Life and studying like real like really good films.
Just
So
go see
I get
just
it.
this week.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if I get some free time, my spare time. But no, I will say maybe you're right. Maybe it is art house now that I think about it, because it was kind of
maybe I
maybe
think about it. I know what it is.
yeah. So maybe it is kind of art house, but I feel like Assassin is a big niche. Like it's the whole world of people that love assassin films. But anyway, I was so bored from the film that I was like, I need something to inspire me. So I went and watched on Netflix How to Be a Crime Boss, or How to Be a Mob Boss, which is a
I saw
docu-series.
somebody talk about that or post it.
Yes, How to Be a Mob Boss on Netflix is a docu-series that is a nice watch.
Is that the one where he's talking about Gotti?
They talk about a bunch of them. Yes.
I watched the first episode of Gotti. We're talking about Gotti.
You're talking about what? There's another one specifically.
Called Gotti.
Yeah.
That's when I was watching.
No. This is a
Okay.
different one. It talks about
Okay.
all of them, like the Gottis, the who's who of the. Did you watch it? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I liked this particular series, which I'm going to finish. I'm 3 episodes in. It's a docu-series, which I love, but I've always had a fascination for like people who are in power, people who are bosses. And like, I always thought like the Italian mob guys, like they were just it. Like they'll kill your grandma, kill your baby, send a message.
But I remember,
like-
but I remember a few episodes ago, you actually questioned that Godfather was a nice watch. That was the epitome of gangster. You watch the Godfather, you ain't got to watch none of these docuseries.
Well,
No,
you
Godfather would be a movie. If it's a docu-series, I'm into.
But that was the epitome of power.
But I'm into documentaries because you get all the behind the scenes stuff.
But documentaries, I love documentaries because you get inspired, you get to learn something.
Yeah.
That's
yeah, and it was multiple
Yeah.
people, so they covered a
Everybody.
span
Who
of
they
the
talking about?
Luciano,
Gotti.
Salvatore, this one, all these Italian names, and it's just like, again, I don't want to kill people, but it was interesting to see like.
Well, they kill a lot of people.
They killed a lot.
They
of
kill
people.
more people than assassins.
But this is the principles that I learned though.
Like, I'm just saying, like, if you were talking
You
about
know, they were
morals,
killing mountains. They were killing
they're way
people by the
worse than
droves
assassins.
for sure.
Like, assassins got a code. They just kill people.
So one of the things I learned,
because you didn't want them to protect them.
but they did have a code though, which is why you like The Godfather. There was certain code of ethics that you had to follow.
Well, these gangsters you've been talking about, like Gotti and all them, they code was way worse than the Godfather.
But they had codes. They had
Yeah, they
codes.
did. They code. They got a code. Yeah.
Okay, keep
So
going.
listen. So because I needed some entertainment in my life, I'm watching this, and I was just taking away certain gems from these people who rose to fame and power within their sphere of influence, be it through murdering people. But they talked about mentorship a lot, and I know you talk about mentorship a lot. Talk about learning from your mentors. One of it was like, be a good student of your mentor. So like,
So when you get called for and that mentor kills you,
and that-
it all makes sense to you.
But that actually, and I thought you were going there because there's always an order and a rank
yes,
that they respect.
Yes.
In that
Yes.
Oh, they always
Yeah.
they always respect the chain of command.
yes, it was the respect, and it was something that I'm super big on is loyalty. Like I am I am loyal as they come, and I don't often see people or meet people who I think are as loyal as me, but to see like how they respected their mentor, whoever brought them in and gave them the torch, like a lot of them really respected them. They wouldn't double cross them. They wouldn't snitch on them. I'm like, man, that type of loyalty is missing. So some of the codes that I wrote down was, be a good student of your mentor, dress for success, and keep your mouth shut. I thought that was just so powerful. It's like, because I still to this day, Dress for Success, when you dress a certain way, you command the room. You attract certain people and energies when you dress a certain way. I'm big on that. And keep your mouth shut. Don't be walking around just running your mouth. Some people, honestly, shoot themselves in the foot because they talk too much.
I like that.
Well, that was in the
running your
Godfather.
mouth.
I mean, them same rules in the Godfather.
I like that.
He said it. He said
There would be no Godfather if it
Yo,
wasn't for these real people in real
Right,
life.
but he said it though. He was like, never let them know what you're thinking. Like
Yeah.
your friend, the person that they gonna send somebody that you trust and love to kill you.
Yeah.
That's just these are the things that you got to pay attention to in life. Like that's why I mean I agree with you on this one.
Probably one of my top 10 watches of all time was Casino.
Casino, all the rules.
Yeah.
That had everything.
Oh my gosh, it had everything.
It had everything.
Loyalty, lack of loyalty, gangster rules,
Integrity, code of ethics,
family, all that.
Family, yes. Casino
that's
was
in my top 10.
Casino was a nice one. Oh, I gotta go back and rewatch that. That's a
Casino
nice
was
watch.
crazy.
Yeah. Then one of the other principles I wrote down, it said,
Goodfellas.
oh no, I just deleted it. Oh,
No, that's,
Which one, Goodfellas or Casino?
no, you got it. I mean, they are 1A
No,
and
but I'm
1B.
saying if you had to like
1A, 1B. You can't even. That's like
1A, 1B,
Kobe
that's a
Jordan
fact.
debate to me.
That's a fact.
Kobe Jordan debate.
That's a fact.
Dave, it said one of the principles was always show you're about business. And I just thought that was so powerful too, because it's like, yeah, don't let people play with you. Let them know you're about business always. Don't let even the smallest thing slide.
Yeah.
Don't let people take an inch. You give somebody an inch, now let them know you can't. You're not running a mile over here.
Sound like you might be calling me one day to handle some business for you.
The assassin.
Because that's what they did. Those guys in the suits never actually did the killing once they got in the suits.
Yeah,
They hired people
They
that was.
made calls.
Yeah, they made calls. They called
They
assassins.
made calls.
It's always the dude.
They called him order. They called him orders.
He got the power.
They called him orders. Like Luciano had an order out on such and such. Or this one had an
Yeah.
order out. Like, yeah, Mom put an order.
I
on
always said if the black families ran our families like the mob, we wouldn't have no problems.
it. Oh, for sure.
Because the main rule of the number one rule of the gangsters is you never embarrass the family. That was the one solid rule I ever took from the Godfather. I was like, you never, ever, A, embarrass the family, and B, go against it.
Yeah. And the fact that they talk about family and they value
That whole thing was family.
Family was everything, and that's really what it is. It's legacy and lineage. And I
Yeah.
think we as a culture in general,
Be missing that.
you talking about don't embarrass. Oh, all of us would be gone because all y'all out here just doing embarrassing every day. Every day you look on social media, oh, you embarrassing. Oh, you embarrassing.
It would be. That's why I've always
Jesus.
said if every black family ran their family like the Godfather ran his family, we'll be fine.
Legacy and lineage. If every move that you make is attached to what this is gonna do for your lineage, or what it's gonna subtract or deposit into your lineage, you'd make different decisions.
All day, every day.
That's a fact.
All day, every day.
And that was the
you
whole
make different
thinking of it. You got
decisions.
the family is nobody's bigger than the family.
Yeah.
And that's real. Nobody's bigger than the family. No one person. But everybody individually is important to the family, but nobody's bigger than the family. Don't be afraid though.
What was the name of the series?
How to be a mob boss.
How to be a mob boss.
Let me make sure that's the right. Yeah.
You
How
gonna check it
to
out, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna check it out too. I got kids, man. I be trying. When I get home, they're all over me, so I can't watch it.
You can't watch it because they be
I gotta figure this out, man.
How to become a mob boss on Netflix. That is a nice watch. If you're looking for some inspiration, with a little more power and principle in your life, yeah. Mob boss.
Any honorable mentions, Karan, for this week?
I like Black Cake. EJ put me on. I haven't finished the series yet, so I'm gonna wait till I finish the series to really talk about it. But Black Cake is a good series on Hulu. It's going on right now. It's a really interesting story. Really dope.
Executive produced by Oprah.
Yep, I didn't even know that, but Lola likes it, so that's always a good barometer. What else?
Who's Lola?
My daughter.
Oh,
She likes it. She watches everything with me, man.
How old is she?
9.
Really?
Yeah, and she gets into it with me, so she loves it.
Wow.
Yeah, she's gonna be doper than everybody, and as far as this entertainment stuff, because she's growing up in it. Like she's getting it at such a
She is
minuscule, and
from
she loves
the womb.
and she loves it.
Y'all do like improv at the house on a
All day
regular
we do.
basis?
She's in all my skits, and Lola comes up with some of the skits. She's created some of the skits. She's like, "Daddy, let's do this one." I'm like, "That's actually hilarious. Let's do it."
That's dope, man.
And she's better than everybody I have come to do skits with me. As far as listening and playing improv with me and raising the stakes, she kills it.
Gotcha.
Only one better than her is her mama.
She
better
wrote
between
the
you and her?
playbook.
Lola.
I was talking about between you and
between
Terry.
Who's a better what?
Who's a better actor?
It's subjective. Again, you can't really put
I don't know your thoughts. I wanted to hear your honest opinion.
No, honestly, at certain things, I think we gonna thrive at different things. If you put her on the comedy, I'm not gonna even try to play with her. I mean, I'm gonna hang. I'm gonna be fine. Let's be clear. But she's got that, man. Single three camera sitcom. She's like.
Oh, but don't sleep on her drama though, because she definitely can do drama too.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, 3 camera comedy beats and just having the creativity of like in the moment and how to shoot that and make it actually come off the camera and man, real life. Because you got a lot of people that's funny.
Yeah.
But it's hard to be funny when the camera's rolling.
And no timing.
And timing. You gotta be able to react to what's going on in the scene like that.
Yeah, she's a beast.
But when it comes to drama, you want the pants in the house.
I think I've probably done more drama in my career because that's what I've been pushed into more. Right. But no, like EJ said, she's a beast. I mean, she's doing this shit for almost 30 years, dog. Like she's mastered.
You gotta have her on the show. Let's bring her on next week.
She's mastered.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Let's bring her on, see what she's watching. See what nice watch she got.
Oh, she gonna tell you we watching the Newsroom. We just finished the Newsroom on Apple. That season was phenomenal. Jennifer Aniston has never been better.
Wait, it's not called is it called the Newsroom?
With Jennifer Aniston?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it's called
the Newsroom.
Is it?
Jennifer Aniston is at her best. Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Aniston.
It's called The Morning Show.
The Morning Show.
I'm like, it is not called The Newsroom.
Show. The Morning, the
Newsroom. Gotta get your IQ
show.
Up, babe. Gotta get your IQ up. It's called The Morning
Show.
You're
right.
No, what made it was the face of I'm 100% right here.
1,000% right.
But there is a Newsroom show.
Okay, I know what I'm talking about.
There is a Newsroom show, but The Morning Show. The Morning Show. Dope. It's the 4th season just finished, and it's amazing. I mean, they keep going up. I didn't think they was gonna get better after the first season. But they keep going up, and I'm good at it to see this probably going to be coming back.
Me and Karan got to do a scene on camera one day. One show, we'll do a scene together.
I would love it.
Live
I just started watching the new series, For Mankind, about guys going to the moon and,
Not exciting?
It's dope. I mean, it's all fake because ain't nobody went to the moon, but it is what
they did land on the moon. What's the name?
Hilarious. I got a bridge for you by in Brooklyn if you believe that.
Oh, man. So hold on. Are we on conspiracy theory right now?
Ain't no conspiracy. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I just don't. Again, we got different overstandings of this thing, man, called the Matrix. Everybody still loving that red pill, you know what I'm saying?
Well, who was the person that was supposed to have gone to the moon?
Lance Armstrong. Yeah.
It didn't happen. Where was he?
In the studio. In the studio, much like this, with less technology. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Less technology than this room.
Oh, man.
It wasn't Lance Armstrong though. It was Neil Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong is a cyclist. Who took all his trophies away because he kicked everybody's butt.
Oh God. Okay.
Well, this was another.
It was a good one. This is a good one.
Episode of Nice Watch. So if you are into assassin movies, may or may not be a little bored, go ahead and check out.
This is how you set it up. If you like The Professional, if you liked The Accountant, you'll like The Killer. If you didn't like those two, don't even watch The Killer. But if you want to dive into the assassin genre with some kind of gravitas, I would say watch The Professional first. It's called Leon, The Professional, 1994. Check it out first, and then you'll be prepared for The Killer, and you'll be like, okay, I get what they're saying.
And then if you need some excitement in your life after you watch The Killer on Netflix, go ahead and scroll on over to How to Become a Mob Boss. Mm-hmm. How to Become a Mob Boss on Netflix. Gives you the whole history and talking about all the bosses and how they got there, how they rose, how they fell. But we'll be back again next week for another episode of
Nice Watch.